335. Her smile was shaped like other smiles. The dimples ran along, and still it hurt you, as some bird did hoist herself to sing, then recollect a ball she got, and hold upon the twig, convulsive, while the music broke like beads among the bog. A happy lip breaks sudden, it doesn't state you how. It contemplated, smiling, just consummated now. But this one wears its merriment, so patient like a pain, fresh gilded to elude the eyes, unqualified to scan. 336. Before I got my eye put out, I liked as well to see as other creatures that have eyes, and know no other way. But were it told to me today that I might have the sky for mine, I tell you that my heart would split for size of me. The meadows mine, the mountains mine, all forests, stintless stars, as much of noon as I could take between my finite eyes. The motions of the dipping birds, the morning's amber road, for mine to look at when I liked, the news would strike me dead. So safer guess with just my soul upon the window pane, where other creatures put their eyes incautious of the sun. 337. Of nearness to her sundered things, the soul has special times, when dimness looks the oddity, distinctness easy seems. The shapes we buried dwell about, familiar in the rooms. Untarnished by the sepulchre, the mouldering playmate comes. In just the jacket that he wore, long buttoned in the mold, since we old morning's children played, divided by a world. The grave yields back her robberies, the years are pilfered things. Bright knots of apparitions salute us with their wings. As we it were that perished, themself had just remained till we rejoin them, and 'twas they, and not ourself, that mourned. 338. Tie the strings to my life, my lord, then I am ready to go. Just a look at the horses, rapid, that will do. Put me in on the firmest side, so I shall never fall, for we must ride to the judgment, and it's partly downhill. But never I mind the steepest, and never I mind the sea, held fast in everlasting race by my own choice and thee. Goodbye to the life I used to live, and the world I used to know, and kiss the hills for me just once, then I am ready to go. 339. I like a look of agony, because I know it's true. Men do not sham convulsion, nor simulate a throe. The eyes glaze once, and that is death, impossible to feign. The beads upon the forehead, by homely anguish strung. 340. I felt a funeral in my brain, and mourners to and fro keep treading, treading, till it seemed that sense was breaking through. And when they all were seated, a service like a drum kept beating, beating, till I thought my mind was going numb. And then I heard them lift a box and creak across my soul, with those same boots of lead again, then space began to toll, as all the heavens were a bell, and being but an ear, and I and silence, some strange race, wrecked solitary here. And then a plank in reason broke, and I dropped down, and down, and hit a world at every plunge, and finished knowing then. 341. 'Tis so appalling, it exhilarates, so over horror it half captivates. The soul stares after it, secure. To know the worst leaves no dread more. To scan a ghost is faint, but grappling conquers it. How easy torment now, suspense kept sawing so. The truth is bald and cold, but that will hold. If any are not sure, we will show them prayer, but we who know, stop hoping now. Looking at death as dying, just let go the breath, and not the pillow at your cheek, so slumbereth. Others can wrestle, yours is done, and so of woe bleak dreaded come, it sets the fright at liberty, and terrors free, gay, ghastly holiday. 342. How noteless men and Pleiads stand, until a sudden sky reveals the fact that one is rapt forever from the eye. Members of the invisible, existing while we stare, in leagueless opportunity, overtakeless as the air. Why didn't we detain them, the heavens with a smile, sweep by our disappointed heads without a syllable? 343. When we stand on the tops of things, and like the trees look down, the smoke all cleared away from it, and mirrors on the scene. Just laying light, no soul will wink, except it have the flaw, that sound ones like the hills shall stand, no lightning scares away. The perfect nowhere be afraid, they bear their dauntless heads, where others dare not go at noon, protected by their deeds. The stars dare shine occasionally upon a spotted world, and suns go surer for their proof, as if an axle held. 344. 'Twas just this time last year I died. I know I heard the corn. When I was carried by the farms, it had the tassels on. I thought how yellow it would look when Richard went to mill, and then I wanted to get out, but something held my will. I thought just how red apples wedged the stubble's joints between, and carts went stooping round the fields to take the pumpkins in. I wondered which would miss me least, and when Thanksgiving came, if father'd multiply the plates to make an even sum, and it would blur the Christmas glee, my stocking hang too high for any Santa Claus to reach the altitude of me. But this sort grieved myself, and so I thought the other way, how just this time some perfect year themself should come to me. 345. Afraid? Of who am I afraid? Not death, for who is he? The porter of my father's lodge as much abasheth me. Of life? 'Twere odd I fear a thing that comprehendeth me in one or two existences, just as the case may be. Of resurrection? Is the East afraid to trust the morn with her fastidious forehead, as soon impeach my crown? 346. He showed me heights I never saw. Wouldst climb, he said? I said, not so. With me, he said, with me? He showed me secrets, morning's nest, the rope the nights were put across. And now wouldst have me for a guest? I could not find my yes. And then he brake his life, and lo, a light for me did solemn glow, the larger as my face withdrew, and could I further know? 347. I dreaded that first robin so, but he is mastered now. I'm some accustomed to him grown, he hurts a little though. I thought if I could only live till that first shout got by, not all pianos in the woods had power to mangle me. I dared not meet the daffodils, for fear their yellow gown would pierce me with a fashion so foreign to my own. I wished the grass would hurry, so when 'twas time to see, he'd be too tall the tallest one could stretch to look at me. I could not bear the bees should come, I wished they'd stay away. In those dim countries where they go, what word had they for me? They're here, though, not a creature failed, no blossom stayed away, in gentle deference to me, the queen of cavalry. Each one salutes me as he goes, and I my childish plumes lift in bereaved acknowledgment of their unthinking drums. 348. I would not paint a picture, I'd rather be the one, its bright impossibility to dwell delicious on, and wonder how the fingers feel whose rare celestial stir evokes so sweet a torment, such sumptuous despair. I would not talk like cornets, I'd rather be the one raised softly to the ceilings, and out and easy on, through villages of ether, my self-endued balloon, by but a lip of metal, the pier to my pontoon. Nor would I be a poet, its finer own the ear, enamored, impotent, content, the license to revere. A privilege so awful, what would the dower be, had I the art to stun myself with bolts of melody?